A pretty ship from stem to stern. Let's see what it's about. With lots of things we really like, not much that we'd leave out. The MSC Seashore. Let's explore it. Welcome back to My Travel Window, where we hope you travel as far as you can while you can. Today we're going to tour a specific ship from MSC. The pictures you'll see in this video came from a 2023 sailing we took on the MSC Seashore, sailing in the Western Mediterranean out of Rome. MSC is the fastest growing cruise ship company and has taken aim at increasing its presence in the American market. The Seashore was designed specifically to attract American tourists. Come with me on a tour of the ship and let's see how they did with that. First, a quick overview of the whole ship. When it was built in 2022, it was the largest passenger ship ever built in Italy, with a capacity of about 5,300 guests. The layout is fairly standard for a modern megaship. The theater's in the front. There's two main banks of elevators dividing the ship in thirds. Like most cruise lines, it has a ship within a ship concept, with more exclusive cabins having access to special rooms and dining facilities. Within MSC, this is called the Yacht Club, and it occupies the top areas in the forward and center section of the ship. The buffet is near the top, midship. At the back, there's an outdoor pool area with a giant movie screen, one of the concessions to American expectations, and a water slide. The ship has decks numbered to 20. While most cruise ships skip deck number 13 because it's considered bad luck, MSC ships have 13 but skip number 17. Seems weird, but we adapted. Most standard cabins are in the center section of the ship. We had a balcony just slightly forward of the front elevator, shown here. The room was modern and spacious with a couch that was quite comfortable and a balcony deeper than most that we've had before. It was at least as nice a cabin as we've ever had on any ship. It seems ironic to me that princess ships, which largely sail in American waters, designed the center section of their ships around the concept of an Italian piazza. But this MSC ship, which was designed and built in Italy, designs the center of their ship to hearken to all things New York City. So, let's try out these fancy computerized elevators and tour the ship. These videos were taken early in the morning, just before sunrise, while most of the ship still slept. Most of the shops and services on the ship are located on decks 6 through 8. So that's where we're going to start. Every elevator bank has this keypad from which you can choose the floors where you want to go. There are no floor choices once you get inside the elevator. All of the fancy screens around the ship are covered in 6 languages. By choosing touch here, you're choosing English. And this shows you the things that you can research about the ship from anywhere on the ship. For example, the theater shows. Here's the show that's going to show tonight. So you can also see anything else about the daily program. Scroll up and down. These are located all throughout the ship and at every elevator bank. This also shows where all the restaurants are. So if you look at dining information, it says put your card down here. So if you put your card down in the corner, it comes up and says, "Hello, Kenneth. Here is where your restaurant is, and here's your table and time," and if you click on it, it says, well, here's how you get there. So, now let's continue on with floor number 6. What you'll notice is an abundance of mirrors, chrome, and lights. Neon style lights everywhere. So it really looks New York glitzy. So you'll also notice that there's lots of places to sit around the ship. This is in contrast to the Norwegian Epic that we were just on. I loved all of the places that you could sit both inside and out on the deck on the ship. Much more opportunity, and also more opportunity to find quiet places. This is the Venki chocolate display, or chocolate location, where they have fancy chocolates that you can buy, and gelato available on the ship. They'll do demonstrations during the day. If you continue walking down the road here, we'll continue. Here's some of the fancy drinks that you can get at the Venki locale. A few of the displays along the way. Obviously, some nice glamour and some interesting art. We're working our way towards from the front of the ship to the back, and here you'll see what passes as an atrium for this ship, a multi-level venue that has beautiful high-tech and well done. What you see there is a stage in front of you. There's a bar down below, and multi-levels of screens, and there'll be production numbers done here during the day. It is a spectacular venue. Working our way along, here's the excursions desk, and again, more seating all along the space here. We really appreciate this. One of the unusual things about MSC is these machines they have along the way where you can update your credit card and do all sorts of transactions, including settle your account. So now we've made it to the back of the ship, and here is where our restaurant is. It's not open at this time, but let's go up one floor to deck 7, and the elevator is immediately there. Deck 7, we're now in the back of the ship, so I'm going to walk you back to the very back. So again, New York, Fifth Avenue Restaurant, another one of the complimentary dining venues, very much New York orientation. And here is this sort of interesting tunnel that you walk through into what is probably their equivalent of a nightclub space on the back. So what this is a very unique venue. It's cute along here. First of all, we're going to stop. If you look to the right here, you're going to see a hot air balloon. That background changes during the day, and you can stand in the balloon so you can take a selfie with various kinds of backgrounds. Again, with the New York theme, here we have the Manhattan restaurant, the New York skyline shown there. So now here is the venue in the back, nightclub sort of venue where the seats are all elevated above a lowered stage. After the shows in the evening and throughout the day, there will be shows down on the floor, the stage below. You can seat a surprising number of people back here, and it's a pretty interesting venue. Meanwhile, there's sort of a French flair to the hallway that leads back out, back past the balloon. Okay, now let's go up to floor number 8. So you can get a layout of the floor. This is where most of your specialty restaurants are going to be located, which we did not try any of the specialty restaurants on this trip. That wasn't what we were primarily after. But here you can see how they're located. All the different kinds, whatever you like here, from Asian to steakhouses. So we'll just walk back through and take a little peek at what these look like. Start out with the teppanyaki restaurant, which even though it's early morning, you can walk in and see what it looks like. This is obviously where they will prepare your meal in front of you as you're seated around it in and a show along with dinner. You see the various specialty dining packages there. Now we'll work our way back out through the art gallery, which every ship has to have. Continuing with the New York theme, you see the piazza area, which we've referred to before. Here is the MSC shop with their own merchandise. Okay, now we're making our way to past some of the high-end stores that are here, perfumes, jewelry, the kind of high-end things that you'll find on most cruise ships, in a place called Liberty Plaza. As I mentioned, more New York themes. You'll notice the Brooklyn restaurant on your right, Statue of Liberty there, come into view right there, as part of a large glitzy area. So this has bars along the outside, which are, this one is the Brooklyn Cafe, there's one along the other side. So on this end, looking down, another multi-tier level, and down there will be a pair of pianos at the bottom of this. Very high-tech, obviously, looks very much like Times Square, and piano players will perform there at several times during the day and evening. Here's a view of the sports bar that's opposite the Brooklyn Cafe on the opposite side. And this floor also contains the spa. So, and any floor you can do this, which works much like your phone. You scroll down and it will show you all the things that are on the floor, some of which you notice as we walk by, some of which you may not have. And so you can see a very large view. It's very easy to find your way around the ship. There is also a casino on the ship, and I was pleased to find that we didn't have to walk through the casino in order to get to any particular location. You can go to any place without having to walk through the casino, which I much appreciate. Sometimes on ships you're routed through the casino in order to get to some venue on the ship, such as the theater. And I really appreciate this one. We were not here when they were in full tilt, but obviously a very busy venue. Seems to be more in the way of slot machines than other kinds of games. Here's another view of that card activation point. Champagne bar. Okay, so now let's go up to floor 16. This is where the buffet is. And this is also where the kids' pool is. You can see the 3-hour window for the actual dinner. So right now all of these, this area is closed. They haven't opened for breakfast yet. It is not open 24 hours a day, but it's open a fair amount of the day. At one end of the buffet, it opens out onto the jungle style. This reminded me of Disney. So this is an indoor pool, covered pool, and it's a kiddie pool type. This is patterned just for kids. This is the MSC does the Jungle Cruise, and in the middle of the day, this place is hopping with parents on all the seats and kids in the water, and it is a place to avoid unless you happen to have a connection with one of those kids. The opposite side from where the jungle pool is will be the beginning of the yacht club. So this is a portion that would be off limits to most of the people on the ship. Okay, there is no 16, so let's go, no 17, so let's go from 16 up to 18. And you can see you're looking down on the pool, get another view of that pool. Here is sort of a teen-like rec area, which even had teens. I'm amazed they're awake at this hour. And then here is the Hall of Games. MSC is a particular sponsor of Formula One racing, and one of their premier games is a Formula One simulator that you can do, that I wanted to do while we were here, but did not have the opportunity to do it. Formula Racer is part of the game. It's sort of the feature game, and we'll just walk through. You can see there's whitewater rafting. There'll be all the other kind of games that you'd find in a high-end arcade. It's a pretty well stocked area for teens and younger folk. All sorts of ways to be entertained. Remember that MSC says any kid under age 18 who is staying in your cabin with you sails for free. And so on this ship, we're in the school year, so most of what we had were preschool kids. But during the summer, I can imagine that this place is hopping. And this is a virtual reality game. Some version of skee ball. Shoot 'em up games. Sports games. And as we turn around the corner here, you'll see another racing game for two-person racing, competing with one another. Speed driver. Okay, so now we're out on the back deck, almost through our tour. So this is a beautiful venue outside. Has as you'll see, the mega screen. Behind that mega screen is something that's called the Bridge of Sighs. It's actually a walkway over the back edge of the ship where you can look out the wake of the ship and stand on a glass walkway, look down several floors at the walkway below, and it's called the Bridge of Sighs. That is our tour of the MSC Seashore. What do you think? We loved it. Next time, we're going to do our take on the food of MSC. You might be surprised what we think. Until then, safe travels.